Hi, Mark Donovan here from Falcon Imagery, and today I wanted to go over the Mnemonic CGUMPS. It's a mnemonic that I use daily in my flying, and it's associated with doing a landing checklist from memory. Now, I don't use this as a substitute for looking at the landing checklist in the Aircraft's Pilot Operating Handbook, but I do it to expedite the process of making sure I've done everything in preparation for a landing. So I'm going to go over what CGUMPS mnemonic stands for, and then just kind of talk a little bit about, again, what you need to be careful about when using that mnemonic. I will also say I use it across all different types of piston aircraft that I'm flying. This could be fixed prop aircraft. This could be complex aircraft, retractable gear aircraft. I use it in my Piper Super Cub. I use it in Piper Warriors and Skyhawks. I use it in Cessna 182 engine aircraft that are fuel injected. So this acronym, at least the way I use it, I am able to use it very versatilely to ensure that I never get in a bad situation coming in for a landing. So let's get into what the CGUMPS actually stands for. All right, so C stands for carburetor heat on, if I'm an aircraft that has carburetor heat, or cowl flaps closed, if I'm in, for example, a 182. G is for gas. Make sure the fuel is on the right tank. If I have to select left or right tank, or make sure it's on both, make sure basically I'm on the fuller tank if it's a left or right tank. U is for undercarriage. Well, if I'm flying a fixed gear aircraft, not a big deal, I just move on. But if I'm flying a retractable gear aircraft, such as, let's say, a Piper Arrow, I'm going to make sure I put my gear down and look for 3 green lights. M is for mixture. I want to make sure mixture is rich. P is for prop all the way forward. Again, if I'm flying a complex aircraft, that my power setting is properly set. And if I'm, for example, in a carburetor-based aircraft with a carburetor-based engine, I'll make sure my primer's in and locked. So I'll take advantage of the P. And then S is for safety belts on, and then any switches that need to be on. These include landing lights, as well as maybe auxiliary fuel pumps. Now, as I mentioned earlier, this mnemonic, CGUMPS, is used as a memory aid for expediting the flow of a landing checklist. Once I've kind of gone through that routine in my head and physically have done those items, I'll look at the Pilot Operating Handbook's checklist for landing and just verify that I've got everything done. Again, this mnemonic is a memory aid. It's not meant as a substitute for the Pilot Operating Handbook's landing checklist, so make sure you read those. Anyways, that's what CGUMPS is about. Hopefully you found this video helpful, and if you did, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to the channel to get notified on my next video.